Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this new webinar by Valsir. Today, we are going to focus our attention on a specific our range, the shower traps. And in particular, we will see our models Linea, T-58 and X-Wall. But first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Andrea Nicolini. I work in Valsir Technical Department. And today I will be the introducer of this webinar. You will find all our webinar and video and previous and future webinar, of course, on all our social networks pages, Facebook, LinkedIn and YouTube. And if you want to be updated on all our events, activities and so on, you can check out our website at valsir.it. Fine, while we are waiting for other people to join us, I would like to spend a couple of words on Valsir. Valsir was founded in 1987 according to a specific industrial strategy followed by Silmar Group, an holding in the plumbing and heating market. Today, Valsir is a leading company in the thermohydraulic field, and our core business is the production of plastic pipes for different uses. We are located in the north of Italy, between more or less Milan and Venice, close to Lake of Garda. As you can see in the picture, we have our headquarters in Vestone, a very small village on the way that connects Lake of Garda to Brenta Dolomites. I would like to introduce you very briefly our product range. We can provide waterway system pipes made of plastic material with different kind of polymers, polypropylenes, polyethylene and so on. And we have a specific range with a focus on soundproofing. For example, our 3+ pipe or C-layer pipe. We have then a wide range of product for water supply system. The pipe is a multi-layer pipe based on cross-linked polyethylene and aluminium. Then components for the gas supply system. And if we look at the bathroom, we have a different kind of product such as flushing system, traps that now we are going to see. And then if we look at the building, at the complete building, we can provide different systems such as the radiant system for heating and cooling, the drainage system for the rainwater from the roof, HRV system, heat recovery ventilation system, sewage system for the external network, and water treatment system. Well, if you want to know more on our product range, you can check out our website, or you can just write us an email from the website directly to us, and we will be very happy to answer you. So let's start with today's topics. Of course, if you have any question, you can write a comment below, and I will be very happy to answer you at the end of this presentation. Or if you want just to leave us a feedback, it will be very appreciated. Well, today we are going to speak about shower traps. I will try to explain why the traps are so important in our bathroom and in our waste system. And then we will see more in a detailed way some products from our range, Linea, T-58 and X-Wall. Nowadays, bathroom is not anymore a service room in the house, but it's an home environment in all respects. And in this way, the architect designers impose specific lines, specific shapes, and particular material in order to give to our bathroom a high aesthetic value. In this direction, all the technical components inside of our bathroom, such as plumbing fixture or shower heads or the traps, must combine technical performances and design. Valsir has tried to develop a specific range of shower traps in order to combine these two characteristics, so technical performances and high design. There are specific standards that define the minimum characteristic that a trap must have in order to comply the correct working of our water waste system. So let's try to understand first what is a trap. The trap is a device that is shaped like a bending pipe and it retains water inside of the trap in order to create an air shield to prevent that sewer gases can return back to our bathroom. In domestic application, we have different kinds of traps according to the different plumbing fixture. We can have U-shaped trap, J-shaped trap, S-shaped trap. And the important is that each plumbing fixture installed in our bathroom or kitchen must be equipped with an internal or external trap in order to guarantee the correct gas seal. The water that is retained inside of the trap is defined water plug. And in particular, as you can see in the picture, the height of water is defined as water guard. If we consider the European standard EN 12056, that is the standard for the design and the sizing of the water waste system, we state that the water plug must be at least 50 mm. In this way, with this value, we can guarantee the correct working of the water waste system when this system is working, but even when it's not working. You can imagine that you can go for an holiday for a long time, like 30 days, for example, and with 50 mm of water plug, we guarantee the correct water seal, even if during this time we can have an evaporation of the water every day. So at the end of your holiday, when you will be back at home, you cannot feel bad smell or sewer gases in your toilet with the correct trap. And now we are going to see a specific phenomenon that happens normally inside our water waste system. This phenomenon is defined as siphonage. The siphonage basically happens when we have a pressure variation inside our water waste system. This pressure variation, of course, influences the water plug inside our traps. One of these cases is the positive variation of pressure, so a pressure overload inside of the stack. Basically, deciding the air in the stack and the pressure variation can push the water plug till to the plumbing fixture. This phenomenon creates noise inside our bathroom. Another very negative phenomenon is the negative pressure, so the back pressure inside of the stack. In this situation, when we have a back pressure, it's possible that the water plug in the trap is sucked inside the drain pipe till to the waste stack. So we create then a direct connection between the water waste system and our bathroom. And from there we can feel very bad smell from sewer gases coming through our bathroom. And of course, this phenomenon creates even noise that are really, really boring in the bathroom. And how is caused this phenomenon, the siphonage? If we look at the image in the slide, with a waterway system with 3 floor and 3 fixture connected, if we flush the fixture, so the toilet, on the position B, we create an aspiration, so a negative pressure on the toilet in the position A. So from there we can suck the water from the plug. And we can create a compression, so we can push the water plug in the fixture in the sink at the position C. So this is what normally can happen in our waterway system. Another phenomenon is the self-siphonage that is caused by the flushing of the fixture itself. And it could happen when the waste branches are very long, usually more than 4 meters long. In this situation, the water that flows in the pipe creates a negative pressure, and this negative pressure can suck the water plug from the trap, creating so a direct connection to the drainage system, and we can feel the bad smell in our bathroom. The other cause could be even if the water plug is not correctly sized, so is not enough. And of course, even here we can have a direct connection, with the water waste system. This phenomenon can generate noise, and it's even possible, as I told you, that then you can have sewer gases directly in your bathroom. But what are the causes in general of this phenomenon named as siphonage? One of the causes for sure is the trap water seal that is too low, so where we don't have the correct water guard defined by the standard. Or when the waste system is not correctly sized, so we have too small diameter on the stack or on the waste branches. And then when the complete design is not correct, so when we don't have a correct ventilation for the water waste system. So we must try to focus on the characteristic for the trap. One important characteristic for sure is the water guard that must have an height at least 50 millimeters. And another characteristic is for sure the flow rate on the trap. So now let's start to see some of our models that we have designed for the showers. So the first one is the Linea trap. Now I'm going to show you a small video that summarizes the characteristic of this very nice trap. The body of this trap is made in ABS, so a specific plastic material that can be matched with any kind of waterproofing material. The outlet is 50 mm and even the water seal is 50 mm. It can be set from 100 till 140 mm height. The grid support can be set with different height in order to be matchable with any kind of finishing and tails. The trap is completely accessible, so it can be easily cleaned. The grid has a very nice design with different finishing. This kind of trap is in particular suitable for walk-in shower, and it's available with a different length from 300 mm till 1200. So it can be installed in any kind of bathroom, from the small one till a very big one. The trapped body height can be set from 100 mm till 140 mm. So it can be adapted to any kind of screed. The grid support is made in stainless steel and can be provided with a polished or matte finishing. And it can be set from 7 till 50 mm of height in order to be combined with any kind of tails. The water height inside of the trap is at least 50 mm and the total flow rate is very high, it's 40 liters per minute. You can think that usually a standard shower head can create a flow rate that goes from 7 liters per minute till 15 liters per minute. The body trap is made in ABS. If we look at the design side, so to the external grid that you can actually see in the bathroom, we have several solutions. The first one that you can see in the slide is the Water is Life grid with this nice logo. The second one is the bamboo grid. The third one is the texture with this particular design with crosses. The fourth one is the barcode, and the last one is the minimal one, and it's called Linea. We can see now kind of installation. So the first one is the installation of the trap with the Linea grid. And the second one is another grid that is available on our catalog, and it's a completely customized grid because you can install the same tile that you have in the shower. Fine, let's start now with the second model that we are going to see today. This model is a bit different. It's called T-58. T-58 is the thickness of the system, so it's a very low thickness. I'm going to show you now a small video. You can see that we have this particular S shape. Inside of the trap we have a specific filter in order to clean and wash the trap when you have the need to do it. This solution can be combined with shower trays and floor-even shower. The thickness of the system is 58 mm, so it's a very low system. But even if it's a very low system, it has a particular section when the water, we have a full bore passage of the water in order to guarantee a very high flow rate. And actually you can see that with this comparison we can understand this feature. A traditional trap and the T-58 compared. The traditional trap with the same water height on the top can discharge 24 liters per minute. The T-58 can discharge till 49 liters per minute. And then it has a very high pressure resistance, up to 700 Pascal, where the standard request is 400 Pascal. This kind of trap can be installed in shower trays and walk-in shower, as I told you before. The double guard guarantees a very good pressure resistance. And the system is a very low system, 58 mm, and it can be used easily in restoration of the building, where usually we don't have enough space in the grid to install a standard trap. If we look at the technical data, the flow rate is very high, because for this very low section, we create something like a negative pressure effect. So basically, the water in the tray is sucked from the trap, and we can achieve the value of 48 liters per minute. And we can ensure a very high pressure resistance, till 700 Pascal. What does it mean, this value? As I told you before, in the waterway system we have always a pressure variation. And of course, this trap can resist a very high pressure variation, till 700 Pascal. So we don't have the negative situation to have a bad smell in our bathroom. Here we can see the cross-section of the trap installed in a shower tray. The shower tray hole must be 90 mm. The total thickness of the system is 58 mm. And the outlet connection is 50 mm diameter. We have then the same version for the shower, the floor-even shower. In this case, we have a specific flange connected to a PVC sheet in order to guarantee the waterproofing tightness. And then we have a grid support that covers the height of the grid, and on the top we can install different kind of design grid. This design grid can be provided with polished or matte finishing. And with the design that we have seen already on the Linea trap. So we have the first one that is the bamboo, the second one is the water is life design, the third one is the texture, and then we have the barcode design. The dimension of this square grid is 128 mm on each side. And of course it's completely compatible with the grid support that I showed you before for the floor even installation. We can see now the last model that I'm going to introduce you today, and this is the last release from Valsir, the X-Wall. Here the concept of the trap is completely different because we don't have the trap on the floor, but the trap is installed in the wall. So we need to guarantee the correct slope to the shower in order to bring the water till to the wall. And as you can see in the picture, the final result is a high design bathroom with a high design shower. What you can see actually is only the external cover that is made in stainless steel and could be provided with the polished or matte finishing. If we look behind the wall, this is what actually we can have. So the trap body is made in ABS. And it could be easily combined with any kind of waterproofing membranes. And actually the trap is already provided with a specific sheet to connect then the waterproofing membrane. The external cover is in stainless steel. We have this particular feature to make the connection to the drainage system both sides of the trap, so on right hand and left end of the trap. On the both sides we have then two specific clamps that could be used to install the trap inside a masonry or a gypsum wall. And this clamp can be easily set according to the installation space that we have in the grid. Another important feature is the AC condensation drainage system, so we can directly connect the condensation drainage from our air conditioning system. And this drainage goes directly in the trap, preventing eventually bad smell that we can feel from the condensation. The trap body can be adjusted according to the installation space. We have actually two different models on X-Wall. We have X-Wall 30 with 30 mm of water guard, and this model needs 70 mm in the grid to be installed. We have then a second model that is the X-Wall 50 with 50 mm of water plug. This model requires 90 mm of space in the grid to be installed. In terms of performance, we can guarantee 36 liters per minute of flow rate on the X-Wall 30 with a pressure resistance of 290 Pascal, where the standard request is 200 Pascal for this kind of trap. And then on X-Wall 50 we have 40 liters per minute of flow rate and 430 Pascal of pressure resistance, where the standard request is 400 Pascal. So I've finished now with the presentation of the traps, but I'm going to show you something more that is not actually a trap, but it's something connected to the bathroom and the shower in particular. Actually, we have a specific range in our bathroom system range that can provide you a specific panel in order to create the walk-in shower. These panels are made in polystyrene and are already sloped in specific position in order to drain correctly the water from the shower. With this panel you have an extreme customization because you can then cover the panel with any kind of finishing or tails that you have in your bathroom. And of course the traps are always accessible to be cleaned. We can start now seeing the first model I'm going to introduce you, that is the X-Center and the X-Center 70. With the X-Center we have basically a squared or rectangular panel with the position of the trap in the center. So basically the panel is sloped in order to bring the water to the center of the panel. As you can see in the picture, you can then install on the trap the grid that we have available on our design range. And the same that we have seen for the T-58, so the Linea, the bamboo, the barcode, and so on. These are the dimensions available, so we have different codes with different dimensions. Squared from 800 mm on each side till 1200 mm, or rectangular with 1200 wide and 900 long, and 1400 and 900 long. The total thickness of this panel is 130 mm. If we look then at the X-Center 70, we have a specific panel for low thickness installation. Actually here the total thickness of the panel is 70 mm. This shower panel is already provided with the trap, and in particular here we use the T-58 trap. And we have of course the very high performance that we have on the T-58, so 48 liters per minute of flow rate, the double water seal that guarantees a very high pressure resistance till 700 Pascal, and at the same time we have an amazing panel with a slope in the center and a very low thickness, only 70 mm of thickness for any kind of installation. If we go on to the next model, we have the X-Border. With this kind of panel we have the trap on the external side, so basically close to the wall where the panel is installed. If we look at the design, you can see that the grid are the same that we have on the Linea. So we have the water is live, the bamboo, the linear, the texture, and the barcode. And this grid can be provided with a polished or matte chromed finishing. The panel is rectangular and it has 900 mm wide with 1200 mm long, or 1000 mm wide and 1200 mm long. The total thickness of this panel is 140 mm. The last model I'm going to show you is the X-Corner. The X-Corner is a very nice panel, and it's, in my opinion, the highest design panel that we have, because here you have a completely matching of the finishing that you have in the bathroom with the one that you want to use in the shower. Because actually if you look at the picture you cannot see any grid on the top of the panel, because the trap is actually hid below the finishing. Here the water is brought on the external side of the panel, where we have two specific metallic profiles that then bring the water till to the corner where we have the position for the trap. The shape of this panel is 1200 mm on each side, and the thickness of the panel is 140 mm. The final result with this panel is really a nice design shower. Then we can look now for some picture of installation. So the first picture you can see is the installation of our X-Center with the water is live grid. The second one is the installation of our X-Border panel with the bamboo grid. And the third one is the installation of our X-Corner panel. And you can see that the matching with the finishing of the bathroom is completely. So, you can easily understand that using this kind of panel in your bathroom make your bathroom a Nike design bathroom and a Nike design shower. So I guess I have almost finished, and I would like only to remind you that all the components that I showed you today, you can find them as a BIM model. So if you want, you can of course insert our trap in your BIM model. And usually when we start our water waste system designed in BIM, we always start from the trap, because as we have understood, the trap is a very important component of our hydraulic system. If you want to know more about our BIM solution and what can Valsir provide you as an architect or a designer that use the BIM philosophy in their project, you can have a look to our previous webinar made in the last few weeks from some of my colleagues, and you can easily find this webinar on our social networks pages. I would like then to remind you that you can follow our next live and stay updated on all our live events, just checking out our social network pages and our website at valsir.it. Of course, if you even want to contact us, you can do it directly from the website with the contact form, or if you prefer, using our social networks. So I guess that for today, that's all. There's no actually question, so thank you for watching. I hope that this webinar has been interesting for you, and have a good day. See you on the next live on our social network channels. Thank you.